Hello, can you please confirm if I'm audible? Good evening, everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Good evening. So I think we are back online. Good evening, everyone. So let's get started with the session. Just a minute again, please. Okay. So today's session, we are going to speak about the new programs, UG programs, which were launched by IIM Bangalore. Right. Many students are pretty excited by that launch on account of the tag that they would be getting once they clear this graduation course from IIM Bangalore, because this would also be offering them the IIM Bangalore alumni tag, right? That would also be offered. So it's a really uh, what do I say, a really attractive proposition for the students. So today we're going to talk about that. So what are the programs at IIM Bangalore BSc programs which were launched, and what can we expect from that? So today I'll be overall be talking about the test. I'll be talking about the program, what it will contain, right? Who should be going for it, right? What are like the career paths ahead of you once you plan to go for a particular program? So that is what we have on the agenda today. Let me quickly take you through the outline. So the first thing that we'll be looking at is IIM Bangalore. Yeah, first thing that we'll be going through is what are the programs that IIM Bangalore has launched, the UG programs. They are actually BSc honors in economics and BSc honors in data science. This is with minors in data science. This is with minors in economics. So that way, any student who goes for one of the courses will get little exposure of the other as well. Right? So that way, it is a proper mix of science as well as arts. Right? So to say. Then we'll be talking about the IIM Bangalore UG80, the undergraduate admissions test. We'll be talking about the test. What can we expect in it? What is the level of difficulty? What type of questions can we see? What do we know so far, right? Because things are not very clear, and since this is the very first time that IIM Bangalore has this fresh launch, right, of the courses, thus we don't really know how the test would be, what the difficulty levels would be, but still we could kind of guess about the difficulty level based on the notification that they have given, based on the information that they have shared with the public. We'll be talking about the QA section as well, right? What can we particularly expect in the QA part? And finally, we'll be closing with the Q&A section in today's session. So that's what we have, right? Good evening, James. So let's get started. So the first point is, let's talk about the UG programs that the IIM Bangalore has launched. So it has launched two new programs, right? Keeping in line with the industry requirements. Also, more importantly, IIM Bangalore in line with the government's national education policy, right, 2020, so that the education in all spheres, right, could be spread to everyone, right, whoever wants to learn. So keeping those things in mind, IIM Bangalore has launched this UG programs. So two programs, as we said, as we already named it, BSc Honors Economics and BSc Honors Data Science. And please understand that these courses, particularly the BSc courses, they are not the traditional BBA courses, because IIM Bangalore also has a BBA course. We'll also talk about that, BBA in DBE, right? Digital Business and Entrepreneurship. We'll also talk about that, the entrance test over there, right? What kind of career opportunities are there, right? Which is also a really good program. But this is not your regular BBA program that you also get to see in other colleges. The reason is, this is not simply based on general management. Now, this is proper mix of, as I said, there would be arts also, there would be some science aspects also. It is based on, it's focused on evidence based, right? evidence-based problem solving. So what do I mean by that is, here the programs will also be having a little bit of artificial AI, for example, right? There will be something to do with some data science, right? It's not the regular MBA or sorry, the BBA programs as such. So as I said some time back, it also offers one more BBA program, the online BBA in DBE, digital business and entrepreneurship. We'll talk about that in some time. The duration of these courses is a little flexible. So they're saying it's 4-year program with an optional exit. So they are offering the candidate the option to exit the program after 3 years, but after 3 years they would be getting the basic degree, all right? They won't be getting the honors degree. So for that, you will have to complete the 4 years program. So it's a 4-year program, undergraduate program launched by IIM Bangalore. The other program, this one that we have, is a regular 3-year BBA program. Eligibility criteria. Now this is also interesting. So one, of course, is you should clear your class 12. Now this is where the interesting part comes. The requirement is minimum 60% marks in mathematics, they say. Now this, based on this eligibility, right, based on this requirement, right, we could guess a few things, like the course is of course quant heavy, right? There would be statistics involved, all right, higher maths involved, all right, of course, because you're talking about data science and all right. That could be the reason why they have this requirement. One more could be, which I will be talking in a few slides, next few slides, with respect to the test as such, UGAT also. The moment they are saying there should be mathematics with minimum so and so percentage marks, they are expecting little bit of mathematical aptitude from the student also. Age parameters is there, right? For general candidates, it's maximum 20 years. As on the date that they decide. For example, this year, this time it will be 2026, August, if I'm not wrong. Some more points about this program. So as we speak, the applications are being accepted for this program. So if you have someone around you who should be joining this particular program because you find that they have this aptitude, yeah, you should have math simply, Neeraj. There's no Neeraj, there's no specific mention of what level of mathematics and all, right? But I understand based on you can also see that the curriculum that they have given, there is presence of higher maths, right? For example, there will be some amount of statistics, higher level of statistics and all. So thus I think, but I don't think so that should be a problem. There is no mention of that, however, anyway. Applications are currently accepted, but there's an important point here. Please note that the deadline we have is till tomorrow, right? Till tomorrow. So please ensure that anyone around you who should be applying for it, right, must apply for it, right? The test will be held on 13th of December, right, next month, right, which will be followed by interviews and all the regular process, right? And interviews are tentatively scheduled in the month of Jan. So that means it would be a very quick process. Trigonometry won't be creating any difference. See, again, we have very limited information as of now, right? Very, very limited information, unfortunately. The requirement given is simply mathematics. So if you have math, Nirja, you too, right? So I think that you should be okay. Yeah, the test will be held next few months, right? Next month, in fact. So please start preparing well for this. The intake that they have planned for the next few years is, I think, couple of years, if I'm not wrong, 2-3 years they've said, is 40 students in each course, right? So it's little less, but until they upgrade their infra, so they'll start taking more. Somewhere I've read an estimate where they are planning by 2032, 2033, they are planning to increase the scale to some 600 students intake. Faculty, yeah, that's one key highlight that we have of this institute. Since it's offered by IIM Bangalore, you will have an overlap of faculty between the IIM Bangalore Institute, right? They will be teaching you some of them, right? Besides that, there'll be other renowned academicians, right, world over who would be visiting. So visiting faculty basically. So that way you would be getting the learning, right, for that particular course from the best minds in the country and overall in the world. Okay, how difficult the calculus be? Adrush, it will be difficult to answer. That's what I have a point in the slides ahead, and that is only a guess that we are making. All right, we have nothing for sure. We do not know anything for sure. I'll be highlighting that point in some time, right, that you raised. Pedagogy, if you look at it, just like any other regular school, professional school, here as well, the pedagogy will depend on interdisciplinary style, right, which would be focusing on arts as well as science, all right, hardcore science, right. You would also be going through a couple of internships during the program. There'll be, of course, some other projects, assignments. Basically, there is a continuous evaluation that will be happening. It's clearly mentioned in the information shared by the institute, right? Now, continuous evaluation basically means you should always be on your toes, right? They'll try to put you always ready, right? In the form of end-term exams, mid-term exams, quizzes, in the form of assignments, etc. So that way there'll be this continuous evaluation. Wholesome learning is going to happen. That's what we can say for sure. Fee structure mentioned is 8.25 lakh. This is for the first 2 years. Post which, third year onwards, they might change. Scholarships are also there, right? There's also an important point for some of the students, right? Placement support, of course, yes, is the fully residential program, right? Just like your regular BBA, MBA, right? College that we have, this institute, IIM Bangalore, right, which is world renowned, right, also offers placement support. But please understand, besides the placement support, what is also important is IIM Bangalore will also be allowing you access to their vast alumni network, through which you can get some mentorship, through which you can get some references, right, through which you can get some support, some extra support, which others are not really eligible for, right? So that way you'll be having access to their huge alum network besides the industry networking and all, which is bound to happen. So this, I believe, is the key point. IIM Bangalore alumni, it's such an old institute, right? Thousands and thousands of people have passed out of that institute, right? So I've created a small matrix here for you to see. So I have just picked 2 points here. So the 2 courses that we are talking about, the BSc honors in economics and BSc honors in data science. Who is most suited for that? Like, who should be going for that course? So this is best for someone, I'm talking about economics right now, someone who is interested in creating some social impact, right? To be in that social impact roles, right? For example, to end up in working in, let's say, World Bank, right? Working in some developing nation, right? Helping them, right? So basically, anyone who's interested in creating that social impact or policy making or general banking, right, etc., finance, economics, research, right, or anyone who is planning to go for further PhD and master's course, right, in this particular field of study. So anyone who is interested in this, you can definitely think about this course, besides the fact that it is from IIM Bangalore, offered by IIM Bangalore. BSc honors in data science. So this is ideal, or this should be picked up by someone who is interested in making a career in tech, all right, in data science, right, in artificial intelligence, all these new age technologies that we have. Anyone who is interested in making a career in these domains must definitely consider this particular course. Now, career options, if you'll see, once you are done with your BSc honors in economics degree, now IIM Bangalore offers degrees. Right? It's not just the diploma that they used to offer. Now it's degree. Once you're done with this degree, the positions that you can end up at, right, in the next few years, right after your exit from IIM Bangalore, are policy analyst, economist, working with World Bank, right, investment banking, etc. So basically, there is some overlap between the opportunities that you get post MBA and as well as here after doing this. Whereas over there, it's all tech related, tech oriented. So data scientist, right? You will have you would be in the business analyst role, right? You would be analyzing the business, working with lots of data, right? Data engineer, data scientist, all these kind of roles is what you can look for. Continuing. So as I said, there is also this this program of online DBA in DBE, right? This is a regular 3-year program, and this is a little bit older because the other two programs that we have been talking about are recent programs, so they have been launched just now, right? This will be the first year for those programs, but not to worry. Even if it's first year, since there is a big brand backing it, there's no problem going for this course, all right? Even after paying that hefty fee of 8.5 lakhs, all right, per year, IIM Bangalore will take care of everything, all right? Whatever uh, thoughts that we might have, all right, as to whether we should be going for this or not, it will take care of that. This is only this one thing, IIM Bangalore. Online BBA, which is also launched by IIM Bangalore. It's an old program already. One of the batches has entered the course. It's a flexible 3-year program. Now, what do I mean by flexible here is, now here you can decide your flow of study. So you can stretch it till 6 years. Okay, you can do it at ease. And please understand, unlike your BSc program, there is no mandatory requirement of mathematics. Anyone with or without maths can apply for this particular course. Any student with or without maths can apply for this course. The entrances that these people take is something else. It's something different. IIMB DBE test. It's a separate test conducted by IIM Bangalore. Very similar in structure, because we'll see that UGAT is also 60 questions. Is also 60 questions. 2 hours, 2 hours. However, the number of questions are slightly different. It also accepts CUET scores and JEE scores. Fees is overall for the course around 4 to 5 lakhs. So that means this is one of the most affordable courses which is offered by IIM Bangalore. And please note, even though the fee is low, and you can look at the batch size, the recent batch size that we had was 1,000 per batch, because it's online, right? Students from all age groups, students who are in class 12 or someone who is right now a working professional, aged 40, aged 50, is part of this program, right? It can go for this program. So because see, even someone who is a working professional is interested in going for this, is the reason is, after you're done with this course, you'll be getting again the IIM Bangalore alumni status, which is a matter of prestige for many, right? Eligibility, the only eligibility is you should be class 12 pass, right? With minimum 60% marks. There's no age limit. No age limit, unlike the other tests. There are two differences majorly with respect to the eligibility, I'm saying. For the previous courses, math was mandatory. Here it's not. Second is, previously there was age limit. Not everyone can apply for that. Here there is no age limit. Anyone can apply for that. Entrance test is a regular 60 questions, 2 hours, 1 mark each, and there is no negative marking in this particular test. So the areas that are covered in this IIMB DBE, QA, DI, LR, VARC, this is what is common in your BSc program course also. Now, besides this, there is also this general awareness section, which would be asked, right? And in general awareness, please make a note of it. If someone is planning to apply for this course, there is a special sectional cutoff. So even if you get overall high score, but if you miss out on this particular section, you might not be eligible to continue further. And in this, there is no GDPI, nothing that has come out in the public. The selection process was simply, you take the test, you do well, you just pay the fee and confirm your seat. So let's talk about the UGAT, the course, the test which is the gateway for IIM Bangalore's BSc programs. Undergraduate admissions test. Duration is 2 hours. It's a computer-based test. Now, overall, there are 60 questions. The number of questions expected are, in the English section, English comprehension, we have 15 questions. In the quant and data interpretation, So quant, when we say, it's a regular math, and DI is your regular graph based, pie chart based questions, right? So 30 questions. LR is 15 questions. Negative marking, yes, there is a negative marking. And whenever there is a negative marking, we need to be extra careful in that particular test, because each wrong answer is going to drop your score by a lot. So generally people think of negative marking in this case as, for example, 1/3 only. So it's not just 1/3. Please understand, you'll also miss out on the original 1 mark that you are supposed to get. Over and above that, you'll also be missing out on 1/3. So that means the overall drop is this much, which is a lot. -4/3 it is. It's not 1/3. So negative marking is there. So let's be very careful. Final selection. So final selection is based on something we call as composite score, which will be a combination of your test scores. I think I have that on slide. Yes. Combination of test score as well as your interview scores. Because here, after you perform well in the test, after you're shortlisted, because your shortlist will be on the basis of test scores. After you do that, you'll have to also sit for the interview and do well there also. Because your final selection will be weighted average of test score as well as your interview scores. And this is the weights that we have: 60% on the test, 40% on the interviews. I hope we are clear so far. All right. No specific doubts as such. So sorry. Now, if we talk about the QA section, of course, there are others also. For example, you have your VARC, verbal ability or English comprehension section, or LR section also. But if you talk about QA, QA is coupled with DI here. But if you talk about QA, so this is something that we already know, we discussed. I'll quickly skip through this. Negative marking, yes. Areas in the test, I'm talking about the QA. The areas that you can expect are the arithmetic section. The arithmetic is regular percentages, simple interest, compound interest, profit loss, right? Averages, mixtures, time distance, etc. Such topics, because this is there in every test. So we are very sure that this will be there in the UGAT also. Algebra, common feature of other tests. Geometry, yes. Numbers, PNC probability, right? Little bit of modern maths. Statistics, you can expect statistics also. And I kept something blank here. We don't know this for sure. We'll have to wait until we see the December 13th test. But one guess that we are making at this stage is there might be, all right, we are not saying there will be, there might be presence of little bit of calculus also. But again, people who do not have calculus in their 11th and 12th, who do not have math, who are not very comfortable with calculus, no need to worry. It is only a guess that I'm making based on the course curriculum, right, and that information that they have shared about the eligibility criteria. All right. So this is your basic information about the test, basic information about the courses, right? Whatever information we have so far, right, about the test and all, we've tried to share that. Now, I'll just quickly, I planned on actually showing you few questions. We'll not be solving them. Just for your understanding, from QA section, from a specific topic like, let's say, numbers, what are the type of questions? How do they look, right? What could be the level of difficulty that we can expect? So we can just have a look at it. No need of answering it or discussing it now. I'm just sharing it so that you can actually understand what you may face in the test. One more example. That's it. So this is what I had for today's session, right? So if there are any queries that still exist, like still in your heads, please feel free to ask. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability, my knowledge, my experience. Otherwise, we are done for today. How difficult will the calculus be? I think I've answered this already, but I'll just take it up again. We'll have to wait for the test to actually happen. So can you once again show the questions? Yeah, sure. I can. I'll go for all the questions once, right? This was the first one. Again, please understand, this is just for your exposure, just for you to know what type of questions come up in such competitive exams. You may take a screenshot if you need to, or anyways, this will be on YouTube. It's okay. Will there be short answer questions? There is no mention of that. So thus, I believe there will be only these MCQs. There is no mention of short answer questions like you have in your IP mat. But again, let me just also tell you, add this point here. Right now, I'm saying that there are no short answer questions, but let's say you go for the test and you have a few questions which are of that type in the answer type, theta type, short answer type. Please don't be, what do we say, confused at that stage. Please be aware that yes, it might be possible. But as of now, based on information that we have, no, it's not possible. Online calculators. There was no mention, specific mention of calculators as such, right? But I think it's not available, but I'm not really sure. Not really sure. Basic trigonometry may be there, Naveen. Basic trigonometry, for example, heights and distances problem, wherein you just need to know sine theta, cos theta, tan theta application. That's it. Not high level trigonometry, not at all. That is not expected. So that's it. Shall we end the session here? All right then. Thank you. Thank you everyone, and all the very best. I hope this session was a little bit knowledge generating for you, right? You have gained something from this session. And in case of doubts, please do write back to us. You can write in the comments as well. Someone from our team would be responding to you. Thank you so much.